welcome into Take This. Griff is absent today, so I'm sorry if you missed him, you want to see him. I'm sorry you get me. Yeah, Griff's off this week. Very exciting show. Short show today, actually. Little bit of a change of schedule. Usually we record every Wednesday and then do the upload on Thursday. This week we will be doing something a little bit different. A little bit different. Hold on, I'm trying to get my mic levels good to go. Anyway. Yeah, so big show today. We are excited to talk about the Heisman, something that I'm not the fondest of, as you've heard the news. If you follow me on Twitter, you obviously know that I am heated, and I probably will get heated. But we'll be talking more about this in depth tomorrow. Which is exciting because we will have my buddy Evan on. Evan Birchmore is he's a contributor at the Charlotte Hornets, FanSided affiliates, which is exciting. So we will be talking to him. We will be not talking basketball though, which is completely out of what he may be wanting to be on for. But anyway, so we'll be doing football. College football talk about the Heisman, talk about bowl games, talk about the college football playoff. It's going to be exciting. I cannot wait for that. Anything else before we get started, Griff? Oh, wait, Griff's not here. Right, exactly. So I don't know if you guys heard about the news. The news is exciting. It's exciting to keep up with the news. But we got Kenneth Walker III should have been a Heisman candidate. He should have been a Heisman candidate. Not only should he have been a Heisman candidate, but he should have been number two in the Heisman. Right. And the Heisman has not been, very credible lately. And I think that this kind of just adds to the point. It's laughable, I think is really what it is. It's really laughable. So obviously, the Heisman is the award that awards the best player in the league. So whoever gets it, is the best. I mean, Derrick Henry won as running back. You had Mark Ingram. Well, he won as running back. Reggie Bush should have won as running back. Christian McCaffrey is getting the same treatment that Kenneth Walker III is getting. Christian McCaffrey was a running back at Stanford, arguably a better running back than Derrick Henry was at Alabama. But Derrick Henry playing for Alabama did win the Heisman. And obviously, having that football brand behind you helps. That is why Aiden Hutchinson somehow manifested his own Heisman campaign, which I don't understand, and I'll get into that in a moment. Yeah, it's rough. It is one of the worst, the most biggest. It is probably gotta be one of the biggest snubs in Heisman history. I cannot believe it. But yeah, I mean, you want to get into the stats. Let's look at this real quick. Kenneth Walker ran for 1,636 yards. There are 40 schools that had less rushing yards than he did. 197 yards and 5 touchdowns against Michigan in Michigan State's biggest game of the season against Michigan. Big day. And I know that he, did not play very well in the game against Ohio State. To be fair, he was injured and also did not, you don't run the ball when you're down 21, and Ohio State took control of the game. You could argue that Michigan State's secondary caused Kenneth Walker, because if Kenneth Walker had, I want to say, maybe 90, 100 yards in that game, I think that he could win the Heisman if he had an okay game in that game. But again, it's rough. It's really honestly, like, it's hard when you think about it, because I don't know what Kenneth Walker III would have had to do in order to be the Heisman favorite. Tim Tebow thought that he was the Heisman favorite, even in last week against Penn State. He thought that Kenneth Walker. There are things that Kenneth Walker is doing that no other player in this game right now can play. And again, the Heisman Trophy is for generational talent. Do I think that C.J. Stroud has had a generational season? No, not at all. He put up 500 yards passing, 432, I think is what it was, against Michigan State. Michigan State is the worst FBS pass defense team in the nation. Do I think that C.J. Stroud is impressive because he went and put up a shit ton of yards on a homeless team? No, absolutely not. No, not at all. Not one bit. He underperformed against Oregon. Did not perform well against Michigan, did not have a lights-out game against Michigan or Oregon in his two biggest games of the season, and that is arguably just absolute. I would put him a fringe top 4 pick. The one that gets me is either A, Kenny Pickett, or B, Aiden Hutchinson. The issue with both of them, and I'm gonna dive into them in a little bit, in a short few words. All right. So Aiden Hutchinson is a defensive player. I think that's all that needs to be said. He is a good defensive player. He's a damn good defensive player. And he's not Charles Woodson. He's not Ndamukong Suh. He is not a once in a generational football athlete. And do you know why? So do you know what that means? He doesn't get to go to New York. Kenny Pickett is a little arguable, and I would give you one or the other. If you tell me that Aiden Hutchinson is more deserving than Kenneth Walker III, fine. Or not Kenneth Walker III. I'm sorry. If you told me that Aiden Hutchinson over Kenny Pickett or Kenny Pickett over Aiden Hutchinson, whatever you believe, fine. Okay, fine, whatever. Kenny Pickett is, I don't know what he is. Why is he here? And this is no disrespect. I was rooting for the guy all season long. I was like, go. I bet on him. If you watch some rewinds, I bet on him several times. I bet on Pitt. I bet on Kenny Pickett's touchdown total. I was a big Kenny Pickett fan. And is this people feeling bad for them that Pitt has not won the ACC since 1976 and Kenny Pickett was able to lead them to an ACC title? I think that seems what it is. It's just weird to me that Kenny Pickett is even in the conversation. Because do I think that he had one Heisman moment? No. He had the fake slide against Wake Forest. And that's it. That's literally all he had. And, I mean, again, like, he has had an impressive season. Do I think, though, that there are players more deserving than Kenny Pickett? Maybe. Desmond Ridder certainly could be in that conversation. I could name 17 quarterbacks right off the top of my head. Should I? That's sort of showing, not telling. Shea Patterson. If Michigan would have won, if Michigan played in the ACC in 2019, Shea Patterson would be a Heisman Trophy finalist. Do you know why? Because the ACC ain't good. If this ACC played Michigan the last 5 years, all their quarterbacks would be Heisman candidates. If it's just putting Kenny Pickett there it sets the bar so low. And then you have to ask, why wasn't Kenneth Walker III there? Because if the bar is so low and he's so obviously better, I don't know a single person who's gonna say that they enjoy watching Kenny Pickett more than they enjoy watching Kenneth Walker III. No, I don't know a single person that's gonna say that they're gonna put Kenny Pickett over Kenneth Walker. No, I don't know a single person that's going to do that. And so I think when you get down to that, it just doesn't make any sense. And again, you can throw in Aiden Hutchinson if you want in Kenny Pickett's place, or you could throw in Kenny Pickett maybe. I mean, I always said that if I had a ballot right now, I would put in I would put in Bryce Young at the top. I think that's a no-brainer. I think that it is Bryce Young's, especially after what he did to Georgia's defense. I mean, that is Heisman worthy. And Kenneth Walker III. I think that Kenneth Walker III is number 2. If Kenneth Walker III had played better against Ohio State, I think you're talking about a team or a game where, like, I don't know. I think you're talking about a guy that is it's not necessarily about if he goes to New York, it's who he might win in New York. And I think that is the tragedy here. And it's crazy to me, I think, that maybe a better game against Purdue, maybe, whatever. But it's asinine that he's not there. I think that's the point. That's plain and simple. It's asinine. Because, again, Hayden Hutchinson, good player, right? Good player. Kenny Pickett, good player. C.J. Stroud, good player. Do I think that any of those names are better than Kenneth Walker? No, of course not. C.J. Stroud, again, he lit up Michigan State's defense, but it's Michigan fucking State. And they have the worst pass defense in FBS. They give up 300 to 400 yards or more per game. Of course you're going to throw 600. When you have 3 NFL receivers, you have a professional offensive line. The fact that Kenneth Walker III was able to do what he did with what he had, oh yeah, I don't know. Give him the Heisman right now. He plays for Michigan, he wins the Heisman. He plays for Alabama, he wins the Heisman. He plays for any team. The talent that he has and the talent that he has displayed, it is obvious that he is a Heisman candidate and maybe a Heisman winner. So that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I have been getting into it. I don't understand how you count him out. I don't understand why Aiden Hutchinson is there, because he's not even the best player on his team. I mean, yeah, on the defense, sure. But, like, defensive players in the Heisman are very, very, very rare. And Ndamukong Suh's in that conversation. Charles Woodson is obviously in that conversation. What is going on in that? Like, defensive players can rarely win the Heisman because they are rarely that level of talent. It is rarely that. And I think, I just don't understand. I mean, if you want to put a Michigan player in, go with Hassan Haskins. Dude's incredible. You could have put Cade McNamara, and I would have told you that is a better Heisman case than Aiden Hutchinson. Straight up. And I don't know where Aiden Hutchinson came from. And again, he's a damn fine football player. But is he Heisman worthy? Absolutely not. I mean, it's Hassan Haskins, obviously. They didn't put Haskins there for a reason. And why did they get Hutchinson? Why did you get the biggest name on your team? Of course, because it's Michigan. You sell to the fans. Sell to the fans who listen to the game. Sell to the fans. It's exhausting. It is outrageous, and it's frustrating, and it just eliminates all credibility I had for the award, and it makes no sense. And people tell me now, like, oh, then just don't pay attention to the Heisman, right? Like if the Heisman has lost its credibility, then why care about it, right? Why give a shit? Why should we give a shit? And I'm like, well, first off, it's the MVP of the league. So, like, yeah, I mean, that would be like, if in the MLB or in the NHL or NBA, wherever, NFL, if you just said don't care about the MVP of the season, who cares? And I'm like, well, it's an award. I mean, in baseball, it's a pretty important award. Like, you know, it's given it's a prestigious award, and it helps players with contract and salaries and stuff like that. And of course, you know, you got the whole NIL argument in the NCAA, but it's just it's like, theoretically, I mean, there's a ton of awards, like the Maxwell Award, right? Like that is given to the player who has been the best all around, and you could argue that the Heisman is a very similar award, but at the same time, they're not the same award. I mean, the Maxwell Trophy does not have the prestige as the Heisman. It's not as prestigious, and when you have a prestigious award in a football trophy, yeah, you're gonna give a shit because you think that would be the trophy that matters. I mean, you want it to matter. It's a shame that it doesn't matter. It's the whole premise of the NCAA football video games. It's the whole reason we do this. And it is, if not one of the, it is almost as important as the national championship. And I think that you're going to see, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Michigan season was good. It was a good turnaround season. I think that's cool. But think about this, that if Michigan did not win that game against, if Michigan State won against Purdue, Ohio State would be going to the to the college football playoff, even with the loss to Michigan, because then there'd be a 3-way tie for first place. And so when you consider that, and in the tiebreaker rules, Ohio State would still get in. So it doesn't even matter. And there would not be a Michigan in the college football playoff, which is a big bummer. Anyway, I feel like I've gone on a tangent, on a rant, on a whatever this is. I've talked for 16 minutes about nothing. But that's all the time I wanted to take today. I'm not going to lie. That's literally all I had planned. Tomorrow we will be getting into stuff about the Heisman and the college football playoff. Do I think that Georgia will beat Michigan? I don't know. Will Alabama beat Cincinnati? Well, I don't know. Will one of the two teams be Alabama or Georgia? Probably. So that's going to be fun. We're going to get into that, and that will be exciting. And Griff will be off until next episode next week. And until then, see you guys next week or tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.